Ever lost something so valuable it made your heart sink? I have, and it was my wallet. There's a kind of rhythm to life, you know? A drumbeat of the everyday. The sun rises, the alarm clock buzzes, and the day begins. My mornings were no different. Wake up, shower, dress, coffee, breakfast. A symphony of the mundane. Each note playing its part, each beat leading to the next. The final note, the grand crescendo of my morning routine, was always the same. Pick up my wallet, put it in my pocket, and step out into the world. That morning, the rhythm was off. I reached for my wallet, but my hand found only the cold, bare surface of the table. A ripple of unease washed over me. It must be here somewhere, I thought to myself. I checked the pockets of yesterday's pants, the cushions of the sofa, the shelves, the drawers, even the fridge. Nothing. A wave of denial washed over me, a desperate hope that this was just a minor hiccup, a small glitch in the matrix of my morning routine. But as the seconds ticked by, denial gave way to a gnawing panic. My cards, my identification, my life, all condensed into a small leather square that had simply vanished. I retraced my steps, scoured every inch of my apartment, and even called up the cafe I visited the night before. No luck. I was like a detective in a noir film, chasing shadows in a world that had suddenly become unfamiliar, offbeat. As the reality of the situation began to sink in, my heart pounded in my chest like a frantic drummer, each beat echoing the same word over and over: lost, lost, lost. The rhythm of my life had been disrupted. The symphony had turned into a cacophony, and in the midst of it all I stood, walletless, clueless, and helpless. And just like that, my wallet was gone, vanished into thin air. To understand the value of this wallet, we need to journey back in time. Picture this. A young man fresh out of college receives a simple yet elegant wallet from a dear friend. It wasn't just a gift, but a token of a bond that was meant to stand the test of time. From that moment on, the wallet became a constant companion, a silent witness to the highs and lows of life. This wallet was there during the first job interview, nervously clutched in sweaty palms. It was there when our protagonist bought his first home, proudly pulling out the keys from one of its compartments. And it was there when he proposed to his love, hiding the ring in a secret pocket until the perfect moment. Within its folds, it carried more than just money and cards. It carried a collection of ticket stubs from memorable concerts, a small note from his first love, and a worn-out photograph of a beloved pet. Each item, a story, a memory, an irreplaceable piece of the past. However, it wasn't just the tangible contents that made this wallet special. It was the comfort it provided, the familiarity it held, the feel of its softened leather, the sound of its snap, the scent that was uniquely its own, all contributed to a sense of security and consistency. It was more than just an accessory. It was a testament to the journey of life. The wallet was also a reflection of the man himself. It showed his evolution, his growth, the changes in his life. It bore the marks of time, the creases of use, the stains of mishaps. A silent narrative of the man's life was etched into its very fabric. So, you see, it wasn't just a wallet. It was a treasure chest of memories. And losing it was akin to losing a piece of oneself, a piece of one's past, hence the desperate search, the sleepless nights, the relentless pursuit to find it. But would he succeed? That's a story for another time. For now, let's cherish the memories that this wallet holds and understand the value it truly represents. With a heavy heart, I started my quest to find the missing wallet. It was as though I was embarking on a journey to find a lost treasure, the kind you read about in adventure novels or watch in blockbuster films. Only this wasn't fiction, and the treasure was my wallet. I began retracing my steps like a detective hot on the trail of a crafty criminal. Each location was revisited, each corner turned over, each memory jogged. The coffee shop where I had my morning latte, the park bench where I read the latest thriller, the supermarket checkout line where I paid for groceries. Yet, each place held nothing but echoes of my past actions, no sign of my elusive wallet. In my frantic search, I called upon my allies, my friends and family. Their responses were quick and filled with sympathy. They joined me, turning their homes upside down, checking their cars, even going to places we had visited together in hopes of finding the missing piece of my life. As the hours turned into days, there were moments of false hope, like a mirage in the desert. The forgotten jacket pocket that turned out to be empty, the shadow under the couch that was just a pair of socks, the jingle in the laundry that was just a handful of loose change. Each time my heart would leap, only to plummet back down into the abyss of disappointment. There were times when I contemplated giving up, accepting the loss, moving on. But something kept me going, a glimmer of hope, a stubborn refusal to admit defeat. I held on to the belief that the wallet was out there, somewhere, waiting to be found. And so, I continued my quest, through the highs and the lows, the hope and the despair. Yet despite all efforts, the wallet remained elusive. Just when I was about to lose hope, a glimmer appeared on the horizon. In the midst of despair, the faintest spark can ignite a fire of hope. And that spark came from an unlikely source. As I retraced my steps, I remembered a small, seemingly insignificant detail from earlier that day, a forgotten transaction. Yes, it was at the corner store where I'd made a quick stop to grab a morning coffee. The cashier, a kind, elderly gentleman with a twinkle in his eye, had complimented my wallet. In my haste, I'd smiled, thanked him, and hurried out, leaving behind more than just a memory. Suddenly, the mundane details of that morning took on a new significance. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee, the sound of the morning news on the store radio, the clink of change in the cashier's hand. Could it be possible? Could I have left my wallet there? But there was more. A bystander, a young woman who'd been in line behind me at the store. She had a distinct look, a vividly colored scarf wrapped around her hair, a book clutched tightly under her arm. She'd caught my attention, but in the rush of the morning, she'd slipped from my mind. Now, her image was etched in my memory. Could she have seen something? Could she hold the key to this mystery? The thought of these two potential leads sent a surge of adrenaline through me. The despair that had been creeping in was suddenly replaced by a renewed sense of hope and determination. The search that had begun with a sinking heart was now fueled by a ray of hope. The feeling was electric, like a jolt of energy that revitalized my spirit. The forgotten transaction, the bystander, they were no longer mere fragments of a memory. They were now beacons guiding me towards the answer. The suspense was intense, the anticipation almost unbearable. The puzzle pieces were falling into place one by one. Could this be the break I was looking for? The moment of truth was upon me. The culmination of the search was at hand, and my heart pounded, matching the rhythm of the ticking clock. The roller coaster of emotions I'd been riding was nearing its peak, and the air was thick with anticipation. The journey had been long and arduous, filled with moments of hope and despair. Every lead, every clue, had brought me one step closer to the end. There were times when I felt like giving up, times when the glimmer of hope seemed to fade into the distance. But something kept me going. Was it the value of the wallet, or was it the principle of the matter? The answer wasn't clear, even to me. The path had twisted and turned, leading me through a labyrinth of uncertainty. Each step forward felt like a step into the unknown, yet I trudged on. The echoes of the past mingled with the promises of the future, creating a symphony of anticipation and apprehension. The finish line was in sight, but was it a mirage or the real deal? Then, as the clock struck the 12th hour, the final piece of the puzzle fell into place. It was as if the universe had conspired to bring me to this moment, this one defining moment that would decide the fate of my quest. My heart raced, my palms sweated, and my breath hitched. This was it. The outcome was just a heartbeat away. And there it was, the end of my journey, but was it the outcome I desired? The answer was hidden in the shadows, waiting to be revealed. The final verdict was upon me, and all I could do was wait for the curtain to lift, for the mystery to unravel itself. Would it be a tale of triumph or a story of loss? Only time would tell.